What is up, everybody? Welcome back. We are here doing some more Last Airbender. That's right, we're gonna get into it today. Zoom this out a little bit. We're getting all set up. That's right. We make sure everything is all set before we start. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh man, what is going on? There we go. My OCD kicking in. There we go. Perfect. Alright, we got some more Last Airbender opening today, guys. Hope you guys are having a wonderful morning. It is 10:27 a.m. where I'm at. We are going to be cracking into some packs. Probably start with another play booster, jump into a collector's. And see where it goes from there. We had some really good pulls yesterday. See if we get equally lucky today, or maybe even luckier. We will find out. I have created a box for Last Airbender inventory, organized some of it, not alphabetically yet, but I did separate by rarities and foils and non-foils. So that will make, alphabetizing it a little bit easier. So when everything is up live and on the inventory, you guys will be known. You guys will have everything set. I did try to scan a bunch of the cards yesterday, but it seemed like the TCG Player app for the phone was a little bit busted. It just wasn't connecting. So I tried a few other apps to scan the cards. It gave me a wide range, so the accuracy wasn't the best. Like I tried Mana Box, I tried the Dragon Shield one as well. Some of them are a little more easier to navigate than others, but I was able to pull up most of the cards on TCG Player by just doing it the old-fashioned way, typing them in and looking them up. So there's some pretty solid hits. We also have on hand a couple of Fallout precons that I like to open up and take a look at. The only one that I was familiar with on release was the Wise Mothman. It has been some times, prices were always up and down, scarcity came, so I was able to get my hand on one copy of each of the commander decks for the Fallout set. So I'm excited about that because I love the artwork, love the games. Fallout New Vegas, fire. So we get to see some rad roaches, some mutants, some ghouls, some pips. I'm excited to see it. All right, I think we should get started. What do you guys say? Don't mind my tray. It gets so dusty. I don't know why. It must be just like from the cardboard moving all around inside of these things. Hey, the hype is real. What is going on? Thank you for being here. Just trying to clean this out a little bit. I don't like how dusty this thing gets, and I don't know why. I use it multiple times a day, but still, it must be all the cardboard flakes that come off. and start with a play booster today. So we'll crack this bad boy open, see what we get. We'll sort through it.
When you open a Corona, you hear the
Oh no,
sounds of
we got
wherever you
ads
live a little
playing.
differently. A little more
That.
Corona.
Gonna mute the Corona ad. It is 10:30 in the morning. You drinking a Corona 10:30 in the morning. That's some stressful life you're living, I guess. Alright. Gonna take out some of these packs. Get them organized. There we go. We got a bunch of good stuff. A bunch of hype. First pack love. Let's get into it. Let's see. Is the music back on? Yes, it is. These packs are a lot easier to open than the collectors. The collectors one we were fighting with yesterday to open. Okay. So the first card is always that one. Then goes by land. After the land should be a foil. Yep, so we got a foil Vindictive Warden. Then there were, okay, we got Momo, the Friendly Flyer. Let's see, can we zoom in? I want to make sure you guys get a good view on this. Yep, we got Momo, the Friendly Flyer. It's a 1-mana 1/1 flying. The first non-limit creature spell while flying you cast during each of your turns costs 1 mana less. Whenever another creature you control with flying enters, Momo gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Right, we got White Lotus Reinforcements. We got Ozai's Cruelty. The Tiger Dillo. Haru's Hidden Talent. Pretending Poxbearers. Sold Out, Lost Days, Cycle of Renewal, Lightning Strike, Earth Rumble Wrestlers, and Badger Mold. What is going on with this little PCL? There we go. Alright, let's hop up in here. Alright, we got a token. We got our land. Next should be the foiled, which is a Swamp Snares Trap. That's a very sad looking opera right there. The light doesn't really do the foil justice. Let me see if I could change. There we go. That's much better. And then the rare will be Zao the Moonslayer Menace. Non-basic lands enter tapped. Put a Conqueror's counter on Zol. As long as it has a counter on him, non-basic lands are mountains. We got Professor Zai, the anthropologist. Enter the Avatar State. Seismic, this is a new one. Seismic Sense. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of lands you control. You may reveal a creature or a land card from among them. Put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. We got Long Feng, Grand... What is that word? Secretary? Secretary? I think that's it. Otter Penguin! Cannon Crawler, First Time Flying, Compassionate Healer, Rumble Arena. We pulled 3 of those yesterday. Nice little land filter with Vigilance when you turn your lands into creatures. You'll be able to attack with it and then still be able to tap it for mana. Okay, Avatar Aang is the rare for the pack. We got Flying and Firebending too. Whenever you Waterbend, Earthbend, Firebend, or Airbend, draw a card. Then if you've done all 4, transform Aang. And to Aang, master the elements. Flying spells you cast cost 1 mana of each color less. At the beginning of each upkeep, you may transform Aang, master of elements. If you do, you gain 4 life. Draw 4 cards, put 4 1/1 counters on him, and he deals 4 damage to each opponent. Nice little burst out right there. We got Master Paku, Invasion Tactics, Tiger Dillo, Tolls of War. Alright, we got Curious Farm Animals, Octopus Farm, Path of Redemption, Dai Li, Indoctrination, Lightning Strike, Pillar Launch, Mongoose Lizard. Alright. Ballistic Boulder. We got a Full Art Swamp. That's a very nice looking one. Iroh's Demonstration. We got Earthbender Ascension for the rare for the pack. It is a 3-mana enchantment. When it enters Earthbend 2, then search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tapped and shuffle. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, put a quest counter on this enchantment. When you do, if it has 4 more quest counters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. It gains trample until end of turn. Okay, we got Dragonfly Swarm, Earth Kingdom Jailer, Grand. We got the Catagator. We got Zuko's Exile, Swamp Snare's Trap, Giant Koi, Kyoshi Warriors, Bajamo, Yuan Archers, and Barrels of Blast Jelly. Those are the commons for the pack. Let's crack open another one. Alright, starting off with a copy token of Full Art Plains with Appa flying in the background over some irrigated farmland, it looks like. We got an Epic Downfall foil. That is a really nice foil because the blue is very foiled, where the back is subtly foiled, which gives it a nice contrast. I don't know if you guys can see it that well with this light on. Let me see if I could dim this down. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better. And dim that down. Okay, rare for pack is the Mechanist. I keep saying the Merchant when I see this one. The Mechanist, Aerial Artisan by Teo, Spirit Glider. I think this is a new one. This is a 4-mana 1 floor. Flying. Whenever one or more creatures you control with flying attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. You may when you discard a non-land card this way, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Nice ramp. We got another Jet Freedom Fighter. Ooh, White Lotus Hideout. This is a nice one. You can tap for colorless, add 1 mana of any color to cast a lesson or a shrine, or you can use it as a filter land. Great utility. Great utility from a land that does not enter tapped. Great. You know, there's so many great lands, majority of them enter tapped or have contingencies. 2 or less lands, 2 or more lands, 2 or more opponents. That's great in the commander format, but if you're playing standard or any other ones where it's 1v1, or you know, you're just don't have the players, you can't utilize all the goodness from those lands, those battle lands. There's a lot of controversy too. A lot of people have been talking about these dual lands. We've seen them in this set, you know, where people want to match the commander identity and or the colors, and there's been a lot of people both on the fence about it. Okay, we got Airbender's Ascension for the rare for the pack. We got Jiyoung the Deserter, Air Nomad Legacy, Unlucky Cabbage Merchant. Tundra Tank. Those are the uncommons. For the commons, we got a Corrupt Court Official, an Iguana Parrot, Glider Kids, Aang's Journey, Cycle of Renewal, Fire Bending Lesson, and Earth Village Ruffians. You know, I know a lot of people, their main concerns are about companions when it comes to those dual lands, that it could kind of break the system. And I see both sides of the argument. You know, it will add more to the commander format. You know, but it can also complicate things. And, you know, as we're going into the new bracket system, which I've been liking overall, the old one, it wasn't bad, but like they said, it was a beta, right? They're trying to figure out what works in the commander format. You know, and there's a lot of great minds behind it, but I feel and I hope a lot of good intentions. Sometimes things just don't work out the way you plan. Especially when you have a game like Magic where you have a lot of creative minds who can think of all kinds of things. You have the people who make those crazy, you know, decks under $25 that have great synergy, stomping out decks that are worth, you know, $5,000-$6,000. And then you have, you know, the EDCH type of decks where it's like on turn 4, infinite combo, destroyed the table already. And to find a helpful and healthy medium in between all of that, and I can understand that's difficult, especially for the newer players coming into the game. It's like, what do you do? You know, that's why we always recommend buy a precon that you like, work with it, add, take it away. Once you become used to the playstyle, branch out. That's how a lot of people start. So the rare for the pack is the Land
Welcome to hell.
Welcome. Minister of Entertainment, thank you for the follow. Hope you are having a wonderful Monday. So we got target creature you control fights creature an opponent controls. If that creature the opponent controls is dealt XX damage, you add red mana, as much red mana. So if you're playing the dinosaur deck, I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. Welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday. And what are your chase cards for the set? Are you excited about The Last Airbender? Let me know. I'd love to see what people are looking forward to. Because sometimes it's not even like the regular chase card. Sometimes people just be like, you know, I want a delivery Moogle. So it's just great to see. We got June, Bounty Hunter. Appa, Loyal Sky Bison. This one, his face looks kind of funny in this one. He looks like the Macy's Day Parade when they have the balloons floating in the sky, the giant floats. That's kind of what he looks like. Just a giant float. We got Tai Lee, the Artful Acrobat. It's a 3-mana 3/2 prowess. Whenever it attacks, you pay 1. When you do, target creature cannot block this turn. That's good if you want those sneaky cards to get in and hit them when they have damaging effects. We got Ember Island Production. Look at that. Like I said, I am excited about where they're going with this. I like the bending mechanic way more than the web mechanic. The warp mechanic for Edge of Eternities, it was fun. You know, exile, you get to, you know, pay it again. It made like every card an adventure card. So I like that. But there's some that are just, you know, my favorite overall will always be the gift system in Bloomburrow. I think for Table Politics is probably one of the best mechanics that they came out with in a while. Radiation was cool. It's kind of confusing. Not a lot of people knew what was going on with it. Oh, these token cards, so beautiful. I pulled a foil one of these and the porridge one in a collector boosters last night, and just a really gorgeous card. You know, doesn't beat my fish token. The fish token from Bloomburrow was will always be, not always, but it's one of my favorites. Oh, we got a foiled Rumble Arena. Now the foil on this one is very subtle. It's the whole card that seems to be foiled, not just the image, but it has like the Fisher background. I don't know if you guys can really see that. Yeah, it's hard to see, but it has like the small Fisher background. Oh, let's look at this. Nation Fire Drill. This is a 4-mana 6/3 vehicle. Trample. When it enters, you may tap it. When you do, destroy target creature power 4 or less. Permanents your opponent's control lose hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Crew 2. This is such a good rare. Look at the utility on this. You could crew it for 2. You get a 6/3 with trample. You could when it enters, you may tap it. When you do, you destroy a creature power 4 or less, and you can take away hexproof and indestructible from your opponents. And the fact that it's not an attack ability makes it even better, because let's say you got somebody on the board with slivers. All slivers are now indestructible. They all have hexproof, all have shroud, all this other, all this jazz. You could take away the indestructible, and you could also take away the hexproof. Leaves them a little more open. It's like, okay, now you really, you really want to block with that Sliver Overlord, that Sliver Queen. We got a double rare in this pack, Tiger Seal. The unique animals that come from this set are really gorgeous. We pulled the Porcupine, the Hog Monkey, the Turtle Duck, the Cat Otter, the Cat Owl. The Penguin Otter is one of them. The Bee Buzzard thing, the Bee Buzzard one was crazy looking. I was like, that is something of nightmares. We got Boomerang Basics, a little return non-land permanent to owner's hand. We got Earth Rumble, Airbending Reversal. Right, for the commons now, we got First Time Flyer, Airbending Lesson, Pirate Peddlers. This is great for any pirate deck, especially like a deck where you're making a lot of tokens, treasure tokens, clue tokens, and you're constantly sacrificing them to gain utility on the field. This would ramp up this creature immensely and very quick. And then you could do those same things during an opponent's turn, where you're like, okay, let me sack these 3 treasures to do something. Cycle, right? You could cycle, land cycle. Now you pull out a land. If you have a landfall deck, you get the cycle proc, which is for the treasures, gives this +1. Then you get land, boom, you get landfall procs. So it's a bunch of utility, especially, great common. And for 3 mana, you get a 2/2 with Death Touch. It's going to make people hesitant to attack you. We got a Platypus Bear, which a platypus in itself is already a chimera. We got an Ostrich Horse, Platystutter Riot, and Earth Rumble Wrestlers. Let us continue.
Every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50.
Sorry about the ads, guys. You know what? Let me know if you want me to let the ads play through. If you guys don't mind them too much. If you do, let me know. I'll just mute them. I will mute them, so you guys don't have to deal with them. All right, Boiling Rock Prison. This is very, this looks like a prison. Looks like an insane asylum. Turtle Duck. We were just talking about this card. Beautiful foil. You see the little shimmer and shine. Very gorgeous. The ducks themselves are not foiled, but the water and the lily pads there of different foiling. And it really makes those little turtle ducks stand out. I love stuff like that. Oh, look at that. Okay, we got a full art. We got Avatar's Destiny. This is a 4-mana enchantment aura. Enchant creature gets +1/+1 for each card in your graveyard and is an avatar in addition to its other types. When enchanted creature dies, mill cards equal to the power. Return this card to its owner's hand and up to one creature card milled this way to the battlefield under your control. That is a really crazy hit right there. You got a wolf bat. We were talking about this yesterday, right? I feel bats are just chihuahuas with wings. Because what do they say? Bats are rats with wings. What do chihuahuas look like? Rats. So a wolf bat is really not that far off, right? It should be chihuahua bat. What do you guys think? You agree with me? You don't agree with me? You think I'm crazy? Let me know. We got Southern Air Temple. Alright, Sandbender's Storm. We're getting into the commons now. A lot of these, like I said, we pulled yesterday. So I'm just going to try to breeze through these and see any of the unique hits that we might have. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into a collector's booster after this. Right? We are going to crack open a whole case of this, and then I do have some Jumpstart. Jumpstart's not that fun to open on stream just because majority of the packs are lands. You know, but that's why I have the Commander's decks from Fallout. So we could get into those as well. See the cool art, see the pips, see everything that they have. Oh, we got a foiled version of Fire Nation Drill. This is a great hit. Very good card. And then the second rare for the pack is Firebending Student, which is a 2-mana 1/2 with prowess and has Firebending X, where X is this creature's power. Firebending, if you guys don't know, when this creature attacks, you make red mana equal to whatever its Firebending is. So we got Epic Downfall. We had a beautiful Epic Downfall foil that we pulled earlier. Meteor Sword. Nice. When it enters, destroy target permanent. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3. We got Watery Grasp. Kyoshi Warriors, Callous Inspector, Flexible Waterbender, Porcupine, got another one, Vindictive Warden, and Sabertooth Moose Lion. That is a lot to say. Sabertooth Moose Lion. Which I think is kind of funny, because isn't it Sabertooth Tiger? So they made it a Sabertooth Moose Lion. And then the real question is why is a lion called the king of the jungle if it lives in the plains? Right? It doesn't live in the jungle. For the foil for the pack, we got an Airbending Lesson common. For the rare, we got Elemental Teachings, which is a 5-mana green instant lesson card. You search your library for 4 lands with different names, reveal them. Your opponent chooses 2. 2 of them goes onto the battlefield. 2 of them go into your graveyard. We got a Earth Kingdom Jailer. We got a Rock Launch, Zuko's Conviction. This is a 1-mana kicker 4. Return target creature card from the graveyard to your hand. If it spells kick, instead put that card onto the battlefield. So this is a nice little revival onto the battlefield. You know, you could bring something back. If you have like a sack outlet, you could do that. Sack it, bring it back, get that ETB again. Get a bunch of utility off of, you know, sacking something and just bringing it back. You actually know the answer to that? What's the answer? Because now I'm curious. Okay, we got a foiled full art land this time. It was a translation error. Really? Firebending Lesson. We got 2 foils in this pack. We got the foil land and then we got the common foil. United Front. In Sanskrit, it's Jangala. But it means wilderness, not jungle. So King of the Wilderness. Thus the error. I see. right? Because I would think it would be like King of the Savannah, King of the Plains. United Front. Create X11 white ally creature tokens, then put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. This is a mythic. Oh, and then we got a rare, which is the Abandoned Air Temple. Comes in tapped unless you control a basic land. Add 1 white. You pay 4 mana tap. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Knowledge Seeker. Master Pandao. Heartless Act. Let's get into the commons. Foggy Swamp Hunters. Compassionate Healer. Azula Always Lies. Cat Owl. Rough Rhino Cavalry. Abandoned Attachments. Origin of Metal Bending. The more you know. I know, because I always wondered that. Like, I remember watching a video or like have seen a short, I think it was on YouTube, and the guy was basically going on a legitimate rant about how the lion is the most gassed up creature because they call it a king of the jungle, and it doesn't live in the jungle, you know. And it's like, I was like, you got a point there. I can see where he's coming from. Thank you, Sister Genevieve Catholic School. Sister Genevieve coming in the clutch. Sister Genevieve was the original Snapple fact. We got a Watery Grasp foil. Gorgeous art. Look at that. If you guys could be an element bender, what element would you like to bend? And if you could make one up, what kind would you have? Oh, Diligent Zookeeper. This, you want to talk about a peaceful looking art? Look at this guy. He's just there chilling with his, I don't even know what that is. Is it a sheep? Is it a fox? Dick bending? Oh my god, that sounds painful. We got Spirit Water Revival. I guess that would be water / blood bending. What if there was one that was like skin bending or like flesh bending? Would that give you the ability to shapeshift and disguise yourself? What's that anime where they used to turn their blood into weapons? Was it Dead Man Wonderland? I know there's a few that have concepts like that, but I always found that so cool, like manipulating blood. I know they had that guy in was it Jujutsu Kaisen that will fall under blood / waterbending due to cell manipulation. Alright, we got a Rabaroo troop. This is a rabbit kangaroo. Could you imagine the leg strength on a rabbit kangaroo? Hog Monkey. Rowdy Snowballers, Jung's Deserters, Deserter's Disciple, Wandering Musicians, and a Pillar Launch. That is crazy. We got a lovely food token. Foggy Bottom Swamp. Airbender's Ascension is the foil for the pack. Followed by Day of Black Sun. This is a 2 mana and X. Each creature with mana value X or less loses all abilities until end of turn. Destroy those creatures. Great board wipe. Got a bunch of creatures protected by abilities. Let's get rid of them. Let's wipe this board. We're out of here. Benevolent River Spirit, 2 mana for 5. This is Waterbending 5. Waterbending is you can tap, creatures and artifacts to help pay. And then it has Flying in Ward 2. Whenever this creature enters, scry 2. We got Boulder, Fatal Fisher, Fire Nation Attacks, Yip Yip, Pirate Peddlers, Lost Days, Turtle Duck, Messenger Hawk. Oh, we got jams going on today. All right. Alright, sorry about that. I was checking my phone, had a few messages. Let's continue, let's continue. Hold on one second. Alright, sorry about that. I had an email from my daughter's school, so I have to just make sure everything was okay. Alright, we got a foiled version of Glider Staff. Fire Lord Azula. This card, everybody, there's so many people excited for Fire Lord Azula. This card is going to be played in so many decks. Double rare pack. We got an Earthen Ally, 1 mana. When this creature gets +1/+0 for each color among the allies you control. You pay 2 mana and then 1 of every color, so 7 mana. Earthbend 5. Earthbending is you could take a land and you could turn it into a creature for 5/5. And then if it dies, you exile it and it returns to the battlefield tapped as a land. So great. Alright, we got Crashing Wave, Leaves from the Vine, Joe D, one of many. We got a Geyser Leaper, a Beetle Horn Merchant, a Beetle Headed Merchants, Octopus Form, Water Tribe Captain, Lightning Strike, Foggy Swamp Vinebender, and a Mongoose Lizard. Just lizarding, that's what they do. Alright, we got an ally token, a lovely full art forest. That is gorgeous. What? That is very beautiful. Go ahead and put that with the full arts and the foils, special ones. Okay, we got Foggy Swamp Visions. This is the rare for the pack. It's a 3 mana sorcery as an additional cast to the spell Waterbend X. Exile X creature cards from among graveyards. For each creature card exiled this way, create a token that's a copy of it. At the beginning of your next end step, sacrifice those tokens. Invasion Reinforcements, Combustion Man, Katara, Bending Prodigy, Bitter Work. Oh, look at Toph. She looks so sad in there. She's like, I'm out here doing my thing. We got an Otter Penguin. That's adorable. If this was a real creature, how many people would have this in their household? We got a Flexible Waterbender, Glider Kids, Sold Out, another Rumble Arena, Cycle of Renewal, and a Yuan Archer. We're going through it, guys. We're going through it. And we got a collector booster coming up next. We'll crack that open. Also, if you guys like playing Magic, you could do !Discord. It will send you the link to the Discord channel. We have pods that run in there frequently. So if you're ever looking for a game, you can't find anyone on Spell Table, you know, you can always hop in there, shoot a chat. We do a card of the week where we showcase cards. We talk about strategies. We upload our decks, so we talk about deck building, things that we're excited to see, things that, you know, conversations that we have, cards that should be banned, cards that shouldn't be banned. Buzzard Wasp, we were talking about this earlier too. Just brainwashing. We got Zuko's Exile, Cat Owl, Earth King Soldiers, Hog Monkey, Aang's Journey, Badger Mole, Firebending Lesson.
What about toys? Do they have brands kids have been wanting all year?
Yep, Barbie, Tony's, and Lego. Gifts that will make them all cheer.
Do you mean they have all the brands I adore?
They have Nintendo, Nespresso, Apple, and
Alright, we got a full art island. We got a Desperate Disciple. What's the rare? Sandbending Scavengers. Hey, 2 mana, 1/1. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. When this creature dies, you may exile it. When you do, return target creature card with mana value X or less than, or equal to, this creature's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. We got a full art Crashing Wave, uncommon, 2 mana. As a district close to the spell, Waterbend X, tap up to X target creatures, then distribute 3 stun counters among the tapped creatures your opponents control. We got Ruinous Waterbending, enter the Avatar state, Twin Blades, Geyser Leaper again, Iguana Para, Pretending Poxbearers, Corrupted Court Official, Barrel of Blast Jelly, Rocky Rebuke, and Treetop Freedom Fighters. Oh, this is a heavy pack. Hopefully we get some good stuff in here. Got a heavy pack. How do you guys feel about them including art cards in the collector boosters packs rather than the play boosters? Excuse me. Rocky Bottom Swamp. Azula Always Lies. This is the foil for the pack. And then we got Realm of Ko, which is the rare for the pack. Cruel Administrator. The Spirit Oasis. This is a cool one. Oh yeah, this is the one. This is another card. It's crazy strong. This one and the green one for shrines. If you run a shrine deck, so this card essentially, when this card enters, you draw a card for each shrine you control. Then whenever a shrine enters the battlefield under your control, you draw another card. So if you're playing a shrine tribal, you could just constantly like, all right, I draw a bunch. I draw with everyone, and then they have the green counterpart to this, where it's for lands. For every shrine, you put a basic land, or no, not basic, just a regular land in general. And then when you play a shrine, you play another land. So for 3 mana, you're looking at a massive land ramp. You know, green already has crazy land ramp. We got Suki, the Kyoshi Warrior. She is 4 mana, star 4. Excuse me. Her power is equal to the number of creatures you control. When she attacks, you create a 1/1 white ally token. We got Balmy of the 3 Trials. Look at that guy's face. Curious Farm Animals. Getting into the commons now. Yeah. Great packs. Opening with chilling. You know, we'll see how long cracking all these take, and then what we could do is, okay, beautiful land for turn. Serpent's Pass foil. Gorgeous card. Hey, let's get it. We got the full art Soka, the Tenacious Tactician. It's a 4 mana with menace and prowess. Other allies you control have menace and prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. And this is a foil. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but the background is foiled. Double rare for pack, huge hit, heavy pack. Look at that. Toph, the hard-headed teacher, 4 mana 3/4. When she enters, you may discard a card. If you do, return target instance or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. When you cast a spell, Earthbend 1. If this spell is a lesson, put an additional 1/1 counter on that land. Earthbend again, you turn your lands into creatures by adding +1s to them. We got the Kyoshi Island Plaza. This is the one I was talking about. So this is 4 mana. When it enters, you search your library for X basic lands, where X is the number of shrines you control. You put those cards onto the battlefield tapped. Whenever a shrine you control enters, you search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and you shuffle. You pair this up with an Amulet of Vigor, right? You get an Urza Saga. So that way you play the Urza Saga, you bust out the Amulet of Vigor for free. Then you play this card. All those lands will come and tap and then untap, giving you a massive amount of land draw and land utilization. Huge. We got a Hey Spirits of Balance. When this one enters or attacks, you get 2 +1/+1 counters. And then when it leaves, you could put those counters on another target creature you control. We got Grand enters tap, draw a card, discard a card. Now creature spells you cast control cost 1 less, as long as there are 3 or more lessons in your graveyard. We got a My Jaded, and then these are the commons we've seen. Yep, none of these stand out, so we've seen all of them. Very good looking though. I'm sorry I'm yawning so much. I don't know what is going on. Okay, this pack's a bit tough to open. Alright, the foil for the pack is a Omashu City. We got 2 foils. And then we got a Jung Deserter. We got a Soka Tenacious Tactician, but this is the standard art edition. Azula on the Hunt. The Cave of 2 Lovers. Froggy Swamp Spirit Keeper. Earth Kingdom General. Going into the commons now. Yep, nothing stands out. We're a little more than halfway done with this play booster. Ally token, North Pole Gates, Rabaroo Troop. Hey, we got a mythic Badger Mole Cub. It's a 2 mana 2/2. When this creature enters, you Earthbend 1. Whenever you tap a creature for mana, add an additional 1 mana. This is great, right? Because remember, Earthbending, you're turning your lands into creatures. So now your lands produce mana, and they could fight, they could block, they could die, but they come back. Great draw. Oh, a double mythic. Look at this, guys. A full art Black Sun's Zenith. 2 mana X. Put X 1/1 count -1/-1 counters on each creature. Shuffle Black Sun Zenith into its owner's library. Gorgeous looking card. 2 mythics back to back. What a pack. Now we got Sun Warrior, Serpent of the Past. This thing looks so doofy. We got the Northern Air Temple. This is the one that you gain life and opponents lose life based on how many shrines you own. And then whenever you play a shrine, the effect triggers again. Okay, we're going into the commons. Man, a double mythic pack. What a hit. What a hit. That was very fortunate. Alright, allied token, meditation pools, path of redemption, secret tunnel. This land can't be blocked. Tap, add 1 colorless. Pay 4, tap. 2 creatures you control share creature type cannot be blocked this turn. Great for those tribals. We got Uncle Iroh, Glider Staff, Trusty Boomerang, Zhao, the Ruthless Admiral. This is a 4 mana 3/4 firebending 2, so you gain 2 mana when you attack. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Yep, yep. Water Grasp, Airbending. Yep. Alright, we got about 7 packs left for this play booster. That is right. That is right. Right. Copy token. Swamp. Blue Bash. Faded Firepower. This is a 3 mana X flash. When this enchantment enters with X fire counters on it. If a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus an amount of damage equal to the number of fire counters on this enchantment instead. This is great. I got a Ziatora deck. It's all about burning, hitting people, trying to get as much damage for as much as you can for whatever you sacrifice, right? You mix this with a Stalking Vengeance, Bloodletter Oxo with a not manipulation, it might be manipulation, but all those double, triple, and increase the amount of damage. You could turn a 3/3 into something massive, right? Sacrifice it, and let's say you have Stalking Vengeance. It's a 3/3, so when you sacrifice it with Ziatora, it will do 9 damage, right? And then to do an additional 9 damage for Ziatora's effect. But then if you have Bloodletter Oxalotl, you're looking at 18 damage twice. So it could ramp up really quick and turn a sacrificing a creature of 1, 2, 3 power into something massive. Or my favorite combo is sacrificing Jumbo Cactuar. You attack with it, 10,000 attack. Now you sack it. You hit somebody for 10,000. You hit another person for 10,000. And you hit another person for 10,000. You triple it, 30k damage. If you had a Bloodthirsty Conqueror, you now gain 90,000 life. You never have to block, except if it's a commander. We got Gather the White Lotus. No rare for the pack, but we did get the mythic. Uncommons. Sorry, I know I went on a little tangent with that one. You know, I love well thought out combos, you know. Just complete synergy. All about synergy. Especially in the commander format. You got synergy, it's crazy. I bought a Precon Pirate deck. Crazy synergy. I paid like $10 for it. And it was going crazy. Alright, we got a Fire Nation Palace. This is a land that enters tapped unless you control a basic land. Add 1 red mana. You could pay to untap this. Target creature you control gains Firebending 4 until end of turn. Firebending again. When you attack with the creature, you gain that much red mana depending on the level of Firebending. Another Northern Air Temple. This is gonna, these temples, these shrines are gonna be huge hits. Huge hits. Accumulate Wisdom. Momo the Playful Pet, and then we got the Merchants. Yep, nothing new. What's your guys' favorite animal inside of the Airbender world? Because they got some really unique ones. Like, was that the Turtle Tiger one? I really like that one. Full Art Swamp. Seismic Sense. What we got? Toph, the first Metal Bender, is the rare for the pack. It's a 4 mana 3/3. Non-token artifacts you control are lands in addition to the other type. They don't gain the ability to tap for mana though. At the beginning of your end step, Earthbend 2. Target land you control becomes a 0/0 creature with haste. That's still a land. Put 2/1/1 counters on it. When it dies or it's exiled, return it to the battlefield tapped. Combustion Technique and Kiyoshi Plaza, and again running into it. These things are those shrines are gonna be hot. They're gonna be hot. Because even if you have, 3 shrines, 2 shrines on the field, that's 4 life. That's 4 mana. That's 4 +1/+1s. And for every other one you play, they're just gonna synergize so well. We got a full art. Bombing, we got a foil version of it this time. Alright. Oh, this is a new one. You the Moon Spirit. This is a 4 mana, 3/3 with Flying and Vigilance and Waterbending 5. You may cast non-creature spells from your hand without paying its mana cost. That is crazy. So if you have a lot of tokens, you could just tap this and bring something out. We're tapping silly tokens. Double rares. Beifeng Bounty Hunters. 4 mana, 4/4. Whenever a non-land creature you control dies, Earthbend X, where X is that creature's power. Turning lands into creatures and then being able to sacrifice them. If they die, if they're exiled, they just come back. They come back tapped, but they come back.
Therapy isn't for you.
So it's not goodbye, it's see you later.
FSA or HSA can help cover the cost. So now's the perfect time before funds expire.
It is
BetterHelp
11:23
makes it
here.
simple.
What are you guys doing for
Questions
lunch?
online, match with a
Let me know.
licensed therapist,
I'm getting hungry.
and work on what's keeping you
I want some
up at night.
options.
Head to betterhelp.com/HSAFSA to get started.
Alright.
This is the sound of Jack.
I'm muting the ads on your guys' end, so you guys don't have to deal with that. That's a foil mountain, followed by a foiled Water Tribe Rallier. Very cool. That's an uncommon, right? Yes. Okay, we got Iroh, the Grand Lotus. This is a 6 mana 5/5 with Firebending 2. During your turn, each non-lesson instance or sorcery card in your graveyard has flashback. The flashback cost is equal to the card's mana. During your turn, each lesson card in your graveyard has flashback 1. So you could throw out a big instant lesson spell, put it in your graveyard, and then during your turn, the flashback cost is only 1. Or during an opponent's turn, you can flash it back for its mana value. Great. So it's basically you get to utilize an instance twice. Or a lesson spell, because I think they also have sorceries. Hama Bloodbender. This is a new one. This is 5 mana 3/3. When it enters, target opponent mills 3 cards. Exile 1 up to 1 non-creature non-land card from that player's graveyard. For as long as you control Hama, you may cast the exile card during your turn by waterbending X rather than paying its mana cost, where X is its mana value. That's a pretty big one. Sparring Dummy, Serpent of the Past. Now we're back into the commons. Yeah, not much. Wait, was that a foil? Okay, no. I'm bugging. I thought I saw a foil really quick. Because I'm going to have to separate all these bad boys later so I can scan them, upload them to the inventory. Alright, we got food. Rolling Rock Prison Foil. Lost Days. The Earth King. This is a 4 mana 2/2. When the Earth King enters, create a 4/4 green bear creature token. Whenever one or more creatures you control upon 4 attack, search your library for up to that many basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. The ramp. We ramping out here. Green is making sure it stays Ramp King. It's like we do one thing and we do it well. Yeah, right. All right, last pack magic. Last pack magic. Oh, of course, the last one would be difficult to open. Of course. There we go. We got it, though. Pack 0 and 1. All right, we got meditation pool. Pillar launch. Let's see the rare. South Pole Voyage. 2 mana. Or whenever this creature or another ally you control enters, you gain 1 life. If this is the second time this ability resolved, this turn, you draw a card. Energy Bending. Lands you control gain all basic land types until end of turn. Draw a card. War Balloon. Invasion Submersible. Submersible. That's not even a word. Okay, that is it for the commons. Yeah. So we got our mythics, we got our rares. Gotta drink some water. Oh. Collector booster time. All right. We are recording. Let us crack open this collector's booster. Put our trusty knife over there. All right. Now, yesterday these packs were a pain in the butt to open, so I'm busting out the scissors for these. All right, collector's booster. First pack. Let's see if we get lucky, chat. All right. Oh, look at that. Starting off with the food token foiled. Let me check something. Okay. Hey, let's check this out. Obsessive Pursuit. 2 mana enchantment. When this enters, at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and you create a clue token. Whenever you attack, put X11 counters on target attacking creature, where X is the number of permanents you've sacrificed this turn. If X is 3 or greater, that creature gains lifelink until end of turn. Intruder Alarm is a mythic. It's a 3 mana enchantment. Creatures don't untap during their controller's untap steps. Whenever a creature enters, untap all creatures. Oh, look at that. Beautiful hit. Azula, the Cunning Usurper. This is a 5 mana 4/4 waterbending 2. When it enters, target opponent exiles a non-token creature they control. Then they exile a non-land card from their graveyard. During your turn, you may cast those cards exiled with Azula, and you may cast them as though they had flash. Mana of any type can be spent to play those cards. We got a Baboon Spirit. Look at this guy. 3 mana, 2/4. Whenever another non-token spirit you control enters, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. This creature can't be blocked or be blocked by non-spirit creatures. Exile another target creature you control, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Fire Nation Drill. We got a Plains. Alright, Bommy's Feast Lecture. It's uncommon. Mechanical Glider. Explosive Shot. A Long Fang. The Spirit Oasis. Airbender's Reversal. Compassionate Healer. Pirate Peddlers. And Razor Rings. Okay, second pack. All right. Hey, look at that. The Unagi of Kyoshi Island. This is a 5-mana 5/5 flash ward waterbed 4. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw 2 cards. Look at that. Okay, Azula. Flame of Emperor Island. Is this foiled? It is foiled. A legendary human advisor for 4 mana 1/1. Destroy target creature of your choice. Then destroy target artifact of an opponent's choice. Activate only during your turn before attackers are declared. This is Diao Chen, the Artful Beauty. Overwhelming Victory. This is a 5-mana instant lesson. It deals 5 damage to target creature. Each creature you control gains trample plus X plus O until end of turn, where X is the amount of excess damage dealt this way. Chakra Meditation. When this enchantment enters, return up to 1 target instance or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever you cast an instance or sorcery spell, draw a card, then discard a card unless there are 3 or more lessons in your graveyard. A lot of value for a 3-mana. Got another mythic. Look at this. Ozai the Phoenix King. This is a 6-mana 7/7 trample, firebending 4. Haste. If you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes red instead. Ozai has flying and indestructible as long as you have 6 or more unspent mana. Sheesh. Now we got a full art swamp. We got Sokar, the Wolf Cove's Protector. Purple Pentapus. Brainstorm. Tolls of War. Earth Rumble. Fancy Footwork. Foggy Swamp Vine Vendor. Geisher Leaper. And Treetop Freedom Fighters. Woo! We're getting hits. We're getting hits. Yesterday I pulled a Tefari's Protection and the Great Henge. Great cards. And a Mystic Remora. 2 of them came in a single pack, so I was mind blown. Alright, we got Sokka, Bold Boomeranger. When it enters, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. You may cast an artifact or a lesson spell. Whenever you cast an artifact or a lesson spell, put a 1/1 counter on Sokka. Alright, for the Mythic, we got Clone Legion. This is a 9-mana, right? 7, 8, 9, yes. For each creature target player controls, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Whew! Clone Legion. Crazy. Iroh, the Grand Lotus. We got the full art non-foil edition. 6 mana, 5/5. Pulled one of them earlier, but look at this, guys. Look at that artwork. That reminds me of like the old school artworks that you see like on a temple or something. Reckless Blaze. Oh, okay, another mythic, a double mythic pack. We had Clone Legion, and now we got Legend of Roku, 4-mana saga. Exile up to 3 cards from your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. Add 1 mana of any color. Exile the saga. Return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. Let's see what the transform is. Masked Avatar Roku, Firebending 4. Pay 8 mana. Create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying and Firebending 4. And this is good because this is not a tap ability. Remember, Firebending, when you attack, you make mana. Alright, we got an island. Suspicious Bookcase. It's a defender. Pay 3 and tap. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Giant Fly. Wolf Cub Villager. White Lotus Reinforcements. Zuko, Cave of Two Lovers, Corrupted Court Official, and Rabbit Root Troop, followed by a Vindictive Warden. Now all the cards came out on that one. Always gotta double check. Alright. Ally Toph, the first Metal Bender, full art foil. Gorgeous. This is gorgeous. Look at that. Toph is gonna be a huge hit. A full art lightning bolt. It deals 3 damage to any target. Sozin's Comet, another mythic. Look at that. 2 mythics back to back. 5 mana. Each creature you control gains Firebending 5 until end of turn. Foretell 3. That's big. That is big. Firebending 5. You attack with 5 creatures, you're getting 25 mana. Storm of Memories. This is a 5 mana. It has Storm. When you cast it, copy it for each spell cast before it this turn. Exile an instant or sorcery card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard at random. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into the graveyard, exile it instead. The Mechanist. We pulled 2 of those guys earlier. Alright, we got Katara. A Toucan Puffin. This is the first one we pulled of this guy. Look at that. When this creature enters a target creature, you control gets +2/+0. Frog Squirrels, Iroh's Demonstration, Haru Hidden Talent, June the Bounty Hunter, How to Start a Riot, and Otter Penguin, followed by a Mongoose Lizard. Okay. Ballistic Boulder. Oh, this is the full art version of the Mechanist. Fabled Passage. Nice. Great pull. Beautiful mythic. I love the artwork. Another Firebending's Ascension. Tale of Katara and Toph, the 3-mana enchantment. Creatures you control have whenever this creature becomes tapped for the first time during each of your turns, put a 1/1 counter on it. So basically, every turn when you attack something and it becomes tapped, you put a 1/1. Easy way to ramp up. Realm of Ko. We got an island. A full art combat technique. Unagi Spray. Explore. Dragonfly Swarm. War Balloon. Gather of the White Lotus. Badger Mole. Earth Village Ruffians. And Origin of Metal Bending. Cut that off. Always double check. All right, starting off with the token. Ooh, look at this, is gorgeous. And it's a foil. You are the moon spirit. 4 mana, 3/3. You may cast a non-creature spell from your hand without paying its mana cost if you waterbend 5 and it has flying and vigilance. Oh, Beastmaster Ascension. 3 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature you control attacks, you may put a quest counter on this enchantment. As long as this enchantment has 7 or more quest counters on it, creatures you control get +5/+5. Look at that art though. Aang just standing there in front. No fear whatsoever. We got the Abandoned Air Temple. Aang the Air Nomad. Earth and Ally. Plains. Let's see. Dutiful Knowledge Seeker. This is the alternative art of it. We pulled this in the play booster, but I really like this art style. We got Many Partings. Search your library for basic land card. Reveal it. Put it into your hand. We got a Thriving Bluff. I'll put that over there for now. Fire Nation Trebuchet. Knowledge Seeker. A Rumble Arena. And a Path to Redemption, followed by a Wandering Musicians. All right, let's jump back in. Let's go, allies. Sokka, the Tenacious Tactician, pulled another one. Bribery and Mythic. This is a 5 mana search target opponent's library for a creature card. Put that card onto the battlefield under your control, and then that player shuffles. We got Suki, Courageous Rescuer, Borderless art, 3 mana. Other creatures you control get +1/+0. Whenever another permanent you control leaves the battlefield during your turn, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Oh, Iroh, Dragon of the West. 4 mana, 4/4 haste mentor. At the beginning of combat on your turn, each creature you control with a counter on it gains Firebending 2 until end of turn. Another Sukai. We got a Forest. Coastal Piracy. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. Entire Sight. Cat Gator. Porcupine. I wish they had more cards where it's like not combat damage, but just damage to a player in general, and you draw. Because then, you know, that gives you a little more utility. You could hit somebody with something easy. Iroh, Grand Lotus, another one, foil. Look at that. That's such a good looking card. All right, Mythic, Sundial of the Infinites artifact. Pay 1, tap. End the turn. Activate only during your turn. Whenever a non-land creature you control dies, Earthbend X, where X is that creature's power. A Lion Vulture. This is the first one we pulled of this. This is a 4 mana 2/2 flying. At the beginning of your SF, an opponent lost life this turn. Put a 1/1 counter on this creature, and you draw a card. That's a crazy good card. This is the first one we pulled of these. Zuko Conflicted is 2 mana 2/3. At the beginning of your first main phase, choose one that hasn't been chosen, and you lose 2 life. Draw a card, put a 1/1 counter, add 1 red mana, exile Zuko, then return him to the battlefield under an opponent's control. We got a full forest. Roku's Mastery. Gillicorn. This is a new one. Death Touch. Just a 1/1/1. Thriving Heath. Leaves from the Vine. Northern Air Temple. Honest Work. Azula Always Lies. Yep. We got 4 packs left. We're almost done with the collector boosters. Now we got an art card here starting us off. The Aang. Okay. Oh, look at this one. United Front. Full art. Foil. Create X 1/1 allied creature tokens, then put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. This is for 2 mana X. Double Mythic. We got another Black Sun Zenith. Airbender's Ascension, Jet Rebel Leader, Ba Sing Ti. It's a land. Comes in tapped and lets you control a basic land, add 1 green mana, and it has Earthbending 2, activate only as a sorcery. Pretty big. Uncommon. Common. Common. Uncommon. 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 Common. This is a common land, and this is a common. Let me make sure all the cards are down. I remember I was opening a pack of Ixalan, and I went to cut the pack, and I cut the damn card. I was so mad, and it was like I think a Colossal Hammer. I was so mad. Boiling Rock Rioter is the rare for pack. Look at that crazy art right there. The fire is very beautifully foiled. Whoa! Monstrous Serpent. Kona Cosmos Serpent. This spell can't be countered. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 3/3 blue serpent creature token named Koma's Coil. Sacrifice another serpent. Choose one. Tap target permanent. Its activated abilities cannot be activated this turn. The Monstrous Serpent gains Indestructible. This is a gorgeous card. Gorgeous. The text is so hard to read. Just because it's like the white text. I don't know. For me, it's very hard to read. Oh, let's go. Wang Shitong Librarian. Flash, Flying, and Vigilance. 2 mana X. When it enters, put X 1/1 counters on him. Then draw half X cards rounded down. Whenever an opponent searches their library, put a 1/1 counter on Wan Shitong. And you get to draw a card. Alright, we got a Chakra Meditation. Sand Scavengers. Crashing Wave. We got a Thriving Moor. Soka. Price of Freedom. Combustion. Haiku. Lost Days. Sunblessed Peak. Last two packs. Last two packs. Okay, this is a hit. Fire Lord Azula foil. Look at that. Gorgeous. Full art borderless. Woo! Let's see. If I turn this light off. Let's see. Oh, you can't see the foil any better. Maybe if I dim it. Yeah, okay, that's not too bad. Cityscape Leveler, 8 mana. Trample Construct. When you cast a spell and whenever this creature attacks, disrupt to 1 target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a tapped Power Stone token. Unearth 8. Jasmine Dragon Tea Shop showcase art. That is very cool. Aang, Airbending Master. Another mythic. Ran and Shaw. Got a mountain. Fire Nations Conquest. Sledding Otter Penguin. So silly. Deny entry. Crew Administrator. Destined Confrontation. Epic Downfall. Pillar Launch. Barrels and Cat Owl. Last Pack Magic. Last Pack Magic. Before we get some lunch. And we'll be back on later. We'll do some more play boosters. We still have another couple boxes to go through. We got to finish the case up. And then maybe if we have enough time, we can try to do some Fallout Commander decks. So let's see. But I am starving. And we got an ally. Oh, Aang at the Crossroads. This is a 5-mana 3/3 flying. When it enters, you look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature card with mana value 4 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Whenever another creature you control leaves the battlefield, transform Aang at the beginning of the next upkeep. Aang, Destined Savior, flying. Land creatures you control have vigilance at the beginning of combat on your turn. Earthbend 2. Beautiful borderless art. That's a rare. We got Jody, Public Servant, which is a reprint of Shakashima of the Thousand Faces. It's a 4-mana legendary human rogue 3/1. You may have Jody enter as a copy of another creature you control, except it has Jody's other abilities. The legend rule doesn't apply to permanents you control, and it's a partner card. So this could go with your commander. Crazy good. Oh, Balmy Unleashed. Haven't got this one yet. This is a 5-mana 5/4 trample with Earthbend 4. When it deals combat damage to a player, untap all lands you control after this phase. There's an additional combat phase. Only land creatures can attack during that combat phase. Whew! Huge. Crystalline Armor. This is another new one. Look at that. Foil showcased art. 4-mana enchantment. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each land you control, and it has trample. Obsessive Pursuit. Plains. Kyoshi Warriors. Elephant Rats. Hippo Cows. My Invasive Submersible. Fire Nation Engineer. Omashu City. Messenger Hawk, and Curious Farm Animals. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is what we have. We had some straight up bangers today. Let me see something. So these are all the mythics that we pulled. So we have some crazy pulls today. Look at all of these amazing pulls. And then for rares, we got a ton of them. That's a beautiful stack of rares that we'll go through. Again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for the new follows. Thank you for those who are in chat. I appreciate every single one of you hanging out with me on this Tuesday morning. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. We'll be back again later today, probably around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So until then, give your loved ones a hug. Tell them they mean the world to you. Look always on the bright side. And until next time, peace.